Pete Peterson, tonight on Fox 2 News.
Catch all the Rams action here. Sports Finals tonight at 9 on Fox 2 News.
Sports Final tonight at 9 on Fox 2 News.
St. Louis Rams, champions of the National Football Conference. Doesn't that sound good?
How sweet it is. We're going to the Super Bowl. What a great feeling. Atlanta, here we come. We want to tell you what's going to happen over the next hour. We have an action-packed hour for you in Postgame Live. And right now we're going to go to Pete Peterson, who's in the locker room. Pete?
Well, guys, George is on the mind of everybody in this locker room, including the main man today, Marshall Faulk. And Marshall, first of all, congratulations. The hardest-fought victory of the season so far for you guys. And you say you had patience, and it took all your patience today, didn't it?
Definitely. I mean, today I hope we showed people that we could play any kind of football game, however you want to play. And, you know, it was great. I mean, we showed every aspect of our game was solid today, and we made plays when we needed to.
How exciting is it to know that you are going to the Super Bowl? This is a team that has not made a big deal out of big victories, and I don't really feel you guys being overwhelmed today either. You're keeping it a calm, cool, and collected level keel as well.
Well, we have a goal, and that's to win the Super Bowl. And, you know, this is great. The little trophy is fine. You know, we want the big one in the ring, and we want to bring it here to St. Louis.
Talk about Kurt Warner and his performance today. Had a couple of turnovers, but he stuck in there, and when it came time, a big drive down the stretch.
That's what their defense does. You know, they make you do some funky things. They give you some funky looks, and a couple of his reads were just a little off, but he bounced back. That's the kind of guy he is. That's the kind of team we have. You know, we fight through adversity and we make plays.
What in the world were you guys thinking? You come out of the gate, you get the ball first, you're ready to rock and roll on Tampa Bay, and all of a sudden, first play out of the gate, he throws a little interception. You were ready to run with that ball.
Oh, definitely. I mean, we had some things going with that play, but it didn't materialize. The guy made a great individual effort, and our defense stepped up and held him to a field goal. And I mean, that was great. You know, that gave us the momentum back when they didn't score.
Marshall, congratulations. I know it's been a long road for you. I'm sure that you're now feeling that, hey, it's been worth every bit of it.
Definitely worth it.
All right, go over there and get a shower. Marshall Faulk, he worked hard today. We'll have much more live from the locker room. The celebration continues down here, guys.
All right, Pete, thanks a lot. And a lot of people are still hanging around.
Yes.
We're in the Fox 2 suite, and behind us, a lot of people just can't leave. They're so caught up in the emotion of this big win.
The very last play of the game, and then everybody stayed here, 66,000 plus for the presentation of the George Halas Trophy, and it's just been an altogether exciting day here at the Dome.
Our city is celebrating. Let's go outside now to Timmy Zell and get in on some of that action, Tim.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the game may be over inside, but the party's just getting started out here. These guys are really celebrating the fact that their team is going to the Super Bowl, and you can bet they're fired up. It's a little snow out here, but let me tell you, these guys are not feeling the cold. But I can feel them. They're excited. Go Rams!
Tim's going to be lucky to make it out of that alive.
Yeah, I think so. We have our reporters at strategic places all around town. Of course, we'll have player interviews. Mayor Harmon's going to join us a little bit later, talk about the city's plans to honor the Rams a little bit later on. So many things are going on here. We're going to be with you for about an hour up until 8 o'clock.
And you're going to be hearing from a lot of the players as well. Let's go and hear from
Britton Pearl, the hero of the day. You know, this victory today, a lot of last-minute plans are now being put into effect, like souvenirs and things like that.
And the T-shirts and the hats all say St. Louis Rams NFC Champions. Right now, we're going to go hear from Isaac Bruce. He's with Pete. Pete?
Well, the Rams certainly worked for everything they earned today, and one of the guys that did a lot of work out there, Isaac Bruce. And Isaac, how sweet is it?
It's very sweet. I mean, hats goes off to their defense, man. They just played tremendously well, and they made us fight for every yard that we got. I mean, it was tough. They played a great zone defense, and my hat's off to them.
It was obvious their game plan was to stop you, double coverage all day long. Any time that Kurt tried to, thread the needle in there, they were there. They've got a good secondary, I think, a lot better than a lot of folks realize.
I said earlier that they play a cover two, but they play one of the toughest cover twos.
Yeah, it was all on you?
Right.
Yeah, but we haven't seen many of that. How does it feel right now, Isaac? It's been a long road for you, especially a guy that's been with this team for a long, long time, and to be wearing a shirt right now that says National Conference Champions, that's got to be pretty special.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely exhilarating. I thank God for everything. Had we not won this game, he would still get all the glory. And Tampa Bay, they deserve to go. They deserve to go, but two teams from the NFC can't go, and I'm glad it's us.
It was a whale of a ball game, and you guys are kind of spent right now. Not a lot of celebrating in here. You guys realize that there's still another job to be had.
Well, it's hard to celebrate when you left all your energy out there on that field because we were fighting. we fought for everything. I mean, offensively and defensively, you know. I'm just glad that, you know, I'm able to smile right now, and I'm able to be happy right here with my teammates, and I'm able to walk back in this locker room with a victory.
Well, I think for all of St. Louis, I say thank you very much and congratulations. You really deserve it. We'll see you down in Atlanta.
All right, we thank St. Louis, too.
All right, I thank you very much. Working hard for St. Louis, Isaac Bruce, and we will see him down there tomorrow. I think their charter is going to leave here about 1:30 tomorrow from the airport, so it won't be long. Georgia's on their mind, guys.
I love it.
Yes,
Thanks a lot, Pete.
the Fox 2 News is sending a large contingent down to Atlanta. We're leaving tomorrow morning, too. We're your home of the Rams, and we'll be covering all the activities from the Super Bowl city all of next week. We'll tell you more about that later.
And coming up, we've got a special guest with us, Mayor Clarence Harmon of the city of St. Louis. We're going to be talking to him about this big day for our city and what's in store for us next week in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us.
News that's working for you. It's our promise to you. A promise to earn your trust. Day by day, story by story, person by person. That's our promise. Fox 2 News, working for you.
That's the traffic jam in downtown St. Louis. People honking their horns celebrating the NFC Championship for the St. Louis Rams.
And we owe a lot of that to Coach Dick Vermeil. What an emotional, incredible day this must be for him.
A draining day, and Pete Peterson is with Coach Vermeil right now. Pete.
Well, guys, it has been an emotional day for a lot of folks, including this guy right here, Coach Dick Vermeil, getting more congratulations. And, Coach, from all of St. Louis, let us say congratulations.
Well,
it's been a long, hard road for you, and it's paid off, and there's still work to be done.
Well, I don't look at it as a long, hard road. And 3 years into the Super Bowl, I think we're very fortunate, very fortunate. But it's nice to be able to share the experience with a great city, and I think a real fine organization, and a lot of great people here, our players. It was a battle, and we knew it would be, but we won the battle.
Talk about the last series the Bucs had and the pressure that your defensive guys put on the rookie quarterback and the difference that made in this football game.
Well, not only did the defense put pressure on them, the crowd put pressure on them. It was deafening down there. I'm shocked that they still had the lungs left at that time in the ball game to dig that.
Tampa Bay defense, did you ever expect this kind of a challenge? You knew you had to be conservative, but it looked like out of the gate things were off kilter just a little bit.
Well, when you start out first play of the game with a screen interception rather than a touchdown like we did a week ago, you know, we're spoiled here. We're really spoiled. That's just one of those things. But fortunately, it didn't sap us in any way. We just kept battling, and we knew it would be a battle. But I still expected to get into the 20s.
You know, I saw you with 2 minutes remaining. You were on the sidelines kind of laughing with Kurt. What was Kurt talking to you about? Was it like, regardless of what happens, it's sure been a lot of fun?
Well, actually, I said to Kurt, you know, you've got a pretty good fellow upstairs that you talk to a lot, boy. Get after him, you know, get talking to him. We need his help right now.
Speaking of celebration, take a look around the city right now. We've got some shots of all the folks around. We've got the celebration right after the game in particular. And what was going through your mind right there? What a relief that must have been.
You know, I wish I could explain it, but I really can't. I get excited sharing positive things with other people, more so than I just do for myself. And to be able to share that experience with everybody. Now what we have to do is focus on what we have to do next. This was goal number 3, is to be the NFC champion. We have done that. Now we have to zero in on goal number 4, be a world champion. And we're not going to Super Bowl with the thought of, oh boy, we're going there. It's not a vacation trip.
You said you like to share things with people, a lot of people. You shared a lot with Philadelphia. How does this compare with that experience?
Well, that's a different time, you know, and that's a number of years back, about 19 years ago. And that experience will never leave me. This experience will never leave me. It's just a different time, and it's great to be able to experience it twice, and you've got to be very, very fortunate to do that.
We're going to turn the page now and talk about the Tennessee Titans. You get another crack at it. That's what you wanted all season long. The only time you'd see him would be in the Super Bowl, and you're going to see him there.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. Jeff Fisher and his coaching staff have done a great job, and it'll be a real test for us. And it took a lot out of us today, and we're going to have to regroup. That was a battle, but this team has great stamina, and we've worked hard in the offseason, so we should be able to recover quickly and go to work on Wednesday and get ready to play.
Coach, we'll see you in Atlanta.
Thank you.
Sounds good, huh?
Right.
Coach Dick Vermeil, what a day it's been for him, and not a tear. Maybe he's saving it for a week from today, huh, guys?
Oh, we love it, Pete. Thank you. Now, what does this mean for a city like St. Louis? Mayor Clarence Harmon is joining us here in our Fox 2 booth. And Mayor, what does this mean for a city? How can you describe this importance of this?
You know, it means one of the biggest things that's ever happened in our city. Not dissimilar from the papal visit. we'll have people from all over the world now looking at us as we prepare now to go to Atlanta. It's a great time to be in St. Louis.
We certainly have a great facility here at the Dome. What are some pieces the city still needs to make this a complete center down here around the Dome? I know we got the hotel
we're going to need eventually to build a new ballpark, a baseball park, and hopefully the combination of that, additional hotels and restaurants, will keep people in the downtown area after a game like today. We're seeing traffic jams, folks now headed out of the city. Our objective is to do the things that make people want to stay and be entertained in the downtown area.
Let's talk about the celebration. You're going to Atlanta, right?
Yes.
You're going to be there.
I will be there.
What's planned? What's the city planning for this week? And when we win the Super Bowl, what's planned?
There'll probably be at least 2 pep rallies. We've talked a little bit about that. There will be a lot of planning preparatory to going to Atlanta, and certainly when we win, coming back. We haven't had a ticker tape parade in St. Louis in a very long time. This will be the occasion to have one, probably Tuesday or Wednesday of the week following.
And quickly, this has got to be a good feeling for you.
I'm feeling it as though I were a 10-year-old. I promise you, this time next week, I'll be the happiest mayor in America because we will have won the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. All right, Mayor. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you very much for dropping in with us, and I'll see you down in Atlanta.
See you there.
All right.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Some what?
We told you about Fox 2 News going to Atlanta, and we already have an advanced team down there.
Margie Ellisor joins us now live from Atlanta. Margie, what's the mood there in Atlanta? They ready for the Rams?
Yes, absolutely. They're saying bring on the St. Louis Rams. In fact, they're ready for them to roar through the Georgia Dome as they clash with the Titans for Super Bowl number 34. You can already feel the fever here in Atlanta. In fact, many fans were glued to the screen in an area bar today, awaiting the outcome to see which team they would be hosting for Super Bowl Sunday. Even though there were some bothersome fans from Tampa Bay, we didn't let that bother us because, of course, we would indeed prevail. And most believe Atlanta is the city ready to host the granddaddy of all football games.
The city is just excited. Everyone is talking about it, and we're going to be out cheering. Too bad the Falcons aren't there, but we're going to enjoy it anyway.
I think the Olympics did a pretty good job for us, promoting the town, getting people to actually start coming here. I think we're settled enough that we're building on what we have already. I think the Super Bowl is just a little, icing on the cake.
Tell you what, speaking of icing, there was a big ice storm here in Atlanta today, and hundreds of thousands of folks here are without electricity. They're also expecting some snow here tonight, but the hope is that the red-hot Rams will come into Atlanta and heat things up here for the Super Bowl. But for those coming on down, just keep that in mind. Not having very good weather here in Atlanta, so we're ready for the Rams, Mandy.
Snow and ice. I thought I was going to a tropical paradise here. All right,
hey, we'll take it. We're just glad to be going to Atlanta.
I'll bring the boots. So, we mentioned earlier, a lot of last-minute planning has to be done because nobody knew which way we were going, and that goes with all the souvenirs too.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier, you saw the players wearing the NFC Championship hats. Well, those T-shirts and hats are cranking out because fans want these, and let's check in with Len Turner. And Len?
Yeah, Mandy, we are down at Picturesque Graphics down in South City, and take a look. The press is just beginning to roll here. Take a look over on this side. These are some of the 20,000 sweatshirts and T-shirts that are coming hot off the presses, and they are going to look like this. This is the shirt that everybody in town is going to want over the next few days, the Rams NFC Championship shirt. Want to show you this too. This is the other design that's going to be coming off these presses tonight. This is called the Dueling Tickets, and as you can see, it has the Rams, it has the Tennessee Titans, and it is ready. In just a few minutes, off of this conveyor belt, you are going to see those T-shirts, those sweatshirts rolling off and ready. And with us here now is Mark MG. He's the guy that's going to make all this happen. Mark, you're going to have a busy 24 hours, aren't you?
We're going to be very busy, Len. We're going to be working all night, hopefully well into the day tomorrow. And we'll see how it goes from there.
Now, you were watching tonight's game with great anticipation. What was it like?
I was holding my breath, Len, but I had faith, and the Rams came through at the end. We really thought they would.
So you think you're going to be here for 24 to 36 hours?
At least 24 hours, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll get some reorders, I hope, on Tuesday as well. So.
All right, Mark, thanks. We'll let you get back to work because we know you have a lot of work to do. Again, 20,000 of those sweatshirts and T-shirts going to be pouring off the line here in just a few minutes, and we hope to show you some more a little bit later. Mandy.
All right. Thank you, Len. And we've got much more for you on our post-game live show. Stay with us. We'll be right back. You're looking at a live picture outside the Trans World Dome, and it is snowing right now. The snow is supposed to end within the hour, but we could get about an inch or less of snow, and some of the roads are slick. You see all the people are leaving, so you need to be extra careful if you know if someone's on their way home from the game. It's going to take them a little extra time tonight.
Talking about snow and ice in Atlanta, we're going to have some right here in St. Louis, so drive carefully if you're going home tonight.
Right now, let's check in with Pete Peterson. Pete.
Well, guys, a lot of folks are floating in this locker room right now, including yours truly. And in fact, I'm floating so high I'm on the same level as Orlando Pace. Big O, hey, we didn't hear Warren Sapp's number called very much today at all.
Oh, no, we tried to contain Warren, and, you know, he's a great defensive player. We just tried to contain him today. But there's a lot of other guys on the defense who gave us a pretty good battle.
This is by far, I would think, the best defense you guys have faced this season, and you have to give a lot of respect to them.
Oh, yeah, you got to. Those guys really contained us, and it was a little frustrating at first, but, you know, we pulled it out to end with Ricky Perot and that great catch he had.
Talk again about the battle against the mouth out there, the round mound of sound we like to call him. And did you hear him chatting too much out there to you? He was in a war.
Yeah, you know, Warren really didn't say too much out there. You know, he was one of those guys that like to get out there and get his work done. I don't think he can talk and play as hard as he wants to. So we tried to contain him, but, you know, the linebackers fly around so much, it made it tough.
Has it sunk in yet as a reality that you're going to the Super Bowl? Did you ever think you'd be saying those words?
I don't know. It's so emotional around here right now. I think when I go home and reflect on the game and actually what's going on, I think, you know, I'll sit down and I'll realize that.
When are we going to hear you actually raise your voice?
I don't know. You got to check me out on the field. I raise my voice pretty much today.
Maybe after a Super Bowl victory. Will you promise you'll raise it for us?
I will promise to raise it, definitely.
Right. Orlando, congratulations. Great work out there against Orlando today.
Thank you.
All right, Orlando, along with several other guys on that offensive line, doing the job against the best in the National Football League, guys.
Okay, besides these 66,000 that were here to see this game live, of course, we anticipate that television viewing in St. Louis, probably 80 to 90% of the viewers were watching this football game.
This was the game to see. A lot of people are still celebrating this big Rams victory. Rocky Madden's live now at Fat Tuesdays with some of those folks. Rocky?
Well, Mandy, there's a lot of excitement here. I don't know if you can hear everything or even hear me, but the Smash Band is playing behind. The fans are very excited. I want to show you some video that we sent back a short while ago. This is of one of the celebrations during the game. In fact, there were many celebrations during the game, but this was when Tampa could not convert that fourth down, and the fans went wild for more than a minute. And, of course, that celebration folded into the next celebration, and finally, the victory, they won the game. Now, let's listen to some of the fans and hear what they had to say. They're very excited.
I think we're going all the way. Bring on the Titans.